Hey guys, so we're gonna do a highlight study of Dwight Muhammad Qawi's fight against Matthew Saad Muhammad. Qawi was not an amateur boxer at any point in his life. He boxed while at Rahway State Penitentiary, and then in order to get the title shot, he actually had to go back in there, literally on TV for a TV fight in the prison and fight uh, Scott. I'm blanking on Scott's first name. But anyway, to get that chance to fight for this title fight, and he got this title fight in about 17 pro fights with no amateur fights. So very unique fighter, not the norm, and not what you need to do if you want to be a successful pro fighter. You know, it's very risky to take this path that he took. He started off older though. That's one reason why he took this path. You got to be special to take this path, and he was special in a lot of ways. He was special as far as his stature, but then also obviously him as a fighter that you'll see here and you see throughout his career. He was the shortest light heavyweight champion in history at about 5'6". He is somebody that I studied a lot when I boxed to develop a short style. He's someone that my father, when my father was coaching fighters in the 80s, 90s, etc., like my dad said, he wanted to name his gym after Dwight Muhammad Qawi. He almost did because he loved short fighters and he loved how this guy fought. So a lot of the defensive things, everything else, are stuff that, man, I know is just like I feel like it's just stuff that I just know really well. But it's great because we're not all super tall, long, and lanky. And even if you are, it's important to know every aspect of the game so you can incorporate it, or at least, at the very least, know how to beat it. But this is a really important thing to watch if you're a shorter boxer, because I know this has helped me out tremendously and has helped out many short fighters throughout the decades that have had the privilege to watch Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Now, also too, I had the fortune of training someone that was coached directly by Dwight Muhammad Qawi, and when that person came to me and was working with me, they did so many of these things so well that we're going to talk about. And also, though, one of the biggest things is they cut down the ring so beautifully. We don't have a lot of great examples in this fight. Matthew Saad Muhammad wasn't the most mover type guy, so you have to look at maybe some other fights to see examples of that. But Qawi training with at a Frazier's gym in Philadelphia when he got out of prison, and also just incorporating a lot of good solid boxing into a short man style. Great stuff to watch. So anyway, we're gonna jump into it. Spent about 3 minutes talking about it. Let's get into it. Again, this is highlights. Gonna go back through, analyze, and forgive the film is horrible quality, but I trust if you're a boxing purist or serious about boxing, you're okay with that. All right, so let's get into it. Oh yeah, so starting off first, let me cue up this one. So here, Qawi, the shorter guy in the white shorts, he's going to demonstrate his defensive abilities in beautiful fashion. Let's check it out. So weaves under, slips, drops, catches, boom. Now it's funny. You think, and he comes back with that counter hook. You think he got hit by the uh, the uppercut, perhaps, right? Because you see him make him miss everything else. Here, boom. It's really hard with that film to see, but you can see when the action moves that he actually caught that uppercut on that glove. Counters with the hook. Let's watch it one more time. So drop, catch, boom, under, hook. So you see that? Caught the shot, rolled under, left hook. Beautiful shot. And then the big thing I want you to see from here comes back with that jab. All right. So again, short fighters, it's not always about the left hook. I love the left hook, and that's my main punch that I would hit and hurt people with. But I'd also hit and hurt people with a jab. My left hook and my jab were the punches that would land. The right hand felt like, for me, it was too slow. I didn't quite know how to set it up. And I see sometimes with fighters, they have trouble landing it, especially against mobile people when you're shorter. Now, you watch here. He makes a miss, boom, 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 catch, weaves under, left hook, and then jab. The jab touched the chin, then jerk the jaw, and then he comes over the big left hook down for the body because see, Braxton drops off to that right side a lot, and that's something that Michael Spinks, who was the first person to beat him as a pro, exploited a lot. But you'll see Qawi capitalize someone trying to throw the hook down for where Qawi is dropping. They're dropping down to shoot that hook for where you're dropping for, and you use that almost disadvantage as an advantage to set them up to run him right into a big right hand. And the big thing too, like I've been preaching to some of my guys recently, he doesn't just hit him with the big right hand. Bam, left hook, 2. See that? So big right hand, left hook, right hand. And he did it as Muhammad was pushing him back. Boom. See that? Beautiful stuff. See, Muhammad's trying to smother him down. Boom. Pushes him back. Shots as he's going back. Weaves his head on the other side. That's something, too. Right there. That looks like nothing. Not much to talk about. But transitioning head positions on the inside, it's so hard for some newer boxers to get this down. When I say newer, I mean novice, first 10 fights or 0 fights. To just know and understand that, hey, you're here on the inside. You're stuck on one side. That's okay. Boom. Roll under to the other side. Do some work on that side. Change your positioning. Because also it changes what they can throw. Now he's on the other side. He does some short, choppy body shots. We're on to the next clip. Now here, you see Qawi. Oh, again, another beautiful example of putting the head movement together with the hand defense. All right? So many guys will watch too much Mike Tyson, and it's head movement, head movement, head movement, head movement. It's not a combination of your 3 main lines of defense, which is your feet, your hands, and your head movement. All right? And shorter guys will forget this stuff. We'll just try head movement, head movement, head movement, head movement, head movement. All right? Or like high guard, high guard, high guard, high guard. Right? Or some guys will maybe just move out too much. Right? They'll step back, and end up at square one. That's one big thing with shorter boxers is that, yes, you don't need to just like stand in danger zone all the time. That's something Qawi actually had trouble with doing. Something I had trouble with doing. But something you need to make sure you don't do is to battle your way all the way up to the castle gates, right, metaphorically, and then run back in the woods every time you throw something at the castle, right? So shorter guys, they'll work through, try to land something, and then run on back out. And man, now you got to go through the landmines again to get back to the front line to actually do something, right? So don't open the door and then run back out the door. Open the door, stay in there, do your thing, and then if a big bomb's about to go off, big grenade or whatever, then run out the door. But don't run out the door before that happens. All right, let's watch this here. So here, slipping, weaving, bobbing, catch. See that beautiful catch? That's mixing that hand. Oh, see that? And see, that's what's beautiful about mastering your ability to catch punches. Boom. You see, he put the hand up. It's so dang fast. And boom, caught the right hand. Classic thing as a shorter guy, because a lot of people will think that you can only catch jabs. Not the case. You can catch right hands, because as a shorter guy, you will have to know how to catch right hands. Let's watch that one more time. Watch it closely, gang. I'm actually going to see if I can slow it down a little bit. There we go. Let's slow it down. Drop the sound off. We don't even need the sound anyway. Look at this. Here. Bob, catch him. See, he put the hand before the right even came. He knew the right was coming, guys. And then something as well that I want to mention as well with this clip is that he comes back with the double, triple jab at the end of that sequence. All right. So let's watch it again here. Boom, bam, bam. Oh, and actually, one more thing as well I want to talk about. Okay, so again, we see this here. Ba, 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 ba. Head movement, catching the right hand. Now, watch. Saad Muhammad puts out that jab again. And now he's going to try to cue up that right hand again. Okay? But what does Qawi do? He slips, and then he actually slightly pulls out. I don't know if you can see that. Pulls out. Whoop, like that. See that? Again, a little tricky move. And then he counters at the end of all that beautiful defense with a double, triple jab, like I was talking about earlier. Here's the whole sequence. He caught that right hand. Here, he kind of pulls back a little bit, then back in. Bob, jab, jab, double. And then goes the jab for that body again. Now, walking in, not wasting a lot of energy, does that jab again and has that right hand in front, ready for that counter jab. Look at that. Right hand in front, ready for that counter jab. Right hand in front, ready for the counter jab. Boom. Stabs the body. Now, comes for the right up top, finishes with a jab. So important as a shorter fighter. So often as a shorter fighter, you want to be hook heavy, but to shoot the right hand and to come back with a jab. Shoot the right hand, come back with a jab. A lot of people won't see that. One pro fighter that I had, that I helped him have pretty excellent defense when I started working with him consistently, and coaching him for fights, is I would throw punches at him, just my hardest punches, and he was fighting 160, and I was about 180 something, and I would throw as hard as I could at this guy, and he would defend almost all of them. The one sequence that I could get him with was after a right hand coming back with a jab, because he's expecting he would come after rolling or whatever, expecting the hook to come after the right hand, but then the jab comes right down the pipe. And as a shorter fighter, it's a very important and effective weapon. Let's watch it in this highlight. We'll here watch this clip. So here, boom, right hand, bam, right back off that rotation with the jab. And now here he shoots that jab, kind of springs in with it, shoots the right hand, and then comes back with the best and most clean shot of the combination, which was a killer jab. All right? So get that in your mind. Right hand, jab. Jab, right hand, jab. Now here, to watch it closely, rolls, tries a right hook style shot, cleans it up with the jab. Watch this. Boom, rolls, bam, kind of misses it, bam, smacks and catches, rather doesn't smack, pops. Dwight Muhammad sleeping, not paying attention. And that's something that Qawi was very good at, that I was able to incorporate into my game, was being a shorter person, being able to shoulder roll. If you got bigger shoulders, you can do it. Bam, boom. You got to also be a little bit more on your back foot. You can't be all front foot heavy trying to shoulder roll all the time. Let's watch that, though. Bam, goes back with that jab, snaps his head back, beautiful. And if you're an amateur fighter, that jab, oh, look at that again. Very good scoring shot. Nice pushing Qawi back. Qawi got hit by that jab, but see how he's pulling sometimes, leaning forward sometimes, tries to counter right, bam, cleans it back up again with the jab. How often when you fight and when you spar do you clean things up with the jab like that? Okay, we tend to think, I missed, I'm done, I can't do anything. No, after the shot, come back with a jab. As a shorter fighter, too, especially. Step in with it, and you'll pop him back. Just like Giacchetti, who was Larry Holmes' coach, talked about the stepping on the jab being so important, and the key to why Holmes had such power with the jab. Same thing as a shorter fighter. Bam. Body, body, jab. Oh, let's watch that again, guys. So, here it is. Jab, right hook, left hook, jab, snaps his head back. Right hand hit the glove. He's working. He's putting in some tight shots. And now here, no one's perfect. Matthew Muhammad gets off the ropes. It is what it is. Boom, goes right back down for that body, does Qawi. And then here, jabbing again, slipping the head offline with the jab. Is a shorter person. Again, if you're always, I'm talking so much about catching, and the jab and the catch, and catching as a shorter fighter is paramount, in my opinion. Ultra important for the higher level specifically, but also to make your life easier at the lower level. Yes, you can get away without catching jabs, like Mike Tyson got away without catching jabs, but eventually those little holes in your abilities or your technical abilities are going to catch up to you. So, but if you're always catching jabs and you're fighting someone that's longer than you and you jab and catch same time, so you're stepping in with that nice jab and they're jabbing with you, you're going to be stopped sometimes by their jab that's timed exactly when your jab goes, and whichever jab is longer is going to be a jab that lands. How you get past that, though, is to slip your head off to the side as you jab at the same time, slip with the jab, and they'll get you past there. So just a good tip to remember as a shorter fighter, which is what he does there. Slipping again, jab down for the body. The amount of jabs when you watch this whole fight, you'd be very pleased. Very pleased. Again, short fighters, any fighter, you must jab. Boom. Comes in with the hook. Almost gets it. Because remember also, too, if you're jabbing all night, you can do some lead hooks like that without being that reckless and having a lot of danger. Jab the body, jab back up top, jab back up top, jab the body. Think about, oof, that was a beautiful little thing. Let me hit that for you real quick. So here, there was a little change of footwork, which is like a feint, but it's also setting him up to push off the jab. The right foot comes up. Watch Quai's right foot. I don't know why the sucker keeps on going back. Roll it back, roll it back. Boom. Gets the back foot under him. Right foot under, pushes off. Right foot under, pushes off. And Franklin is a little lackadaisical and also doesn't expect him to cover the distance like that with this kind of walk. Right foot comes up, boom, bam. And it just changes the timing of the jab. Doing different things like kind of leaning or leaping or this type of step. Bop, throws people off with the jab. Bam. And gets that jab again, works him to the ropes. Right hand, kind of a left hook, straight, straight, straight. Quai did so many straight shots on the ropes, oftentimes, and something you got to remember. Can't just go hook heavy. I know I would go way too hook heavy. Look at that, mixing the short rights, the uppercuts. Beautiful. He was very good at putting the right uppercut and left hook together. Come around that time with the hooks up the middle. Because I see so many guys, fighters I've worked with in the past, work with now, everything. They'll get inside and it'll be hook, 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 hook. And I know I would do the same thing, but no, 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 no. You're not going to land very much when you do that. You want to mix it in. And see, now that right there, he did some shovel shots, uppercuts to the body, right up the center. Boom. There's that short right hand. Oh my gosh. Watch that. Boom. 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 When you can do stuff like that and you're sparring and in your fights, you're a good inside fighter. Boom. Comes in with that left hook. Now see right here, he's walking him down. Literally walking him down. He's not moving in a boxing stance. He keeps himself in relative position, meaning like sided up and his chin is down. That is actually one of the paramount things for Quai. Him being an older person getting into boxing, meaning 25 years old or so when he went pro, is the chin is down really, really well. And that's why when he does get popped, it doesn't hurt him as bad as someone with their chin up in the air. And also, he compacts everything down so well into being a smaller target. The more your head is up, the more of a target you are, the more you have to raise and drop your hands to protect your head and body. The more you compress your torso down, the more you compress everything down, you're going to be almost like a turtle, right? And but still be able to be very, 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 very offensive. Walking him down, almost running him down, comes with that right, keeping the momentum on him, and that's where he's not wasting a lot of energy. There it is, the 2 and the 1 again. 2, 1, and the 1 is the best punch. Look at that, jab, jab, gets him on the ropes, working the body, coming up the middle. And one thing too is he's not frantic on the inside. A lot of times when you get inside, you get a little bit frantic, especially when you're a novice or beginner fighter, or even sometimes a higher level fighter, depending who you're fighting. You get a little frantic on the inside, and you want to be relaxed. You want to be able to think, and as you can see here, he's thinking. Now, here's one thing I want to talk about with Quai is see where that right hand is? He's getting ready for bobbing his head and making sure he doesn't get hit by an uppercut. All right. This is a strategy I've had a lot of my fighters implement on the inside. Is you have that body protected with those elbows, and then you're bobbing your head for headshots, and then if you're getting hit by the uppercut or if you think the uppercut's coming, put the hand under you. So therefore you can bob all you wish and the uppercut won't get you because you're there for it already. The body shots are protected. And if you're moving that head erratically enough and also coming up with shots sometimes, so it's dangerous to throw shots at your head sometimes or feels dangerous, then you'll minimize the likelihood of you know, you having to pay. You make them miss and make them pay. Bam, comes up with that hook, right hand. Again, keeps the chin down very nicely. He's rolling on different sides. Look at that. Look at that. Very good stuff. Putting the head in there. Gets on one side, gets on the other side, works that inside. Now, again, Great shovel shots up the middle. See that? Boom, boom. Right, left, right up the middle. Because like sometimes on the inside, what happens a lot of times when you're in here is you think you don't have punches. But like I talked about in one of the short videos on YouTube and whatnot, you do have punches that you can land. You just have to know where they are, what they are, how to throw them. Short right hand. Beautiful short right hand. I got to just hit that one more time. Just so good. Boom, boom. Here, here, this side, that side. Think about how he's been on so many different sides. Nice short right hand. Again, clobbered him with the right hand. And here, Matthew Samaha is pushing him back. Again, another great example of the shoulder roll by a shorter fighter. Again, people that are so uneducated about boxing act like Mayweather is this bitch, whatever, whatever. Greatest fighter of his generation? Yes. Only guy to ever do a shoulder roll? No. And only guy to do it great? No. He had his own slight nuance of the shoulder roll, maybe, but Qawi did too. Boom, bop. See that? Beautiful. And that's effective. I've utilized that many times just in that exact stance. Also, something too, think about it. In this type of stance that he is in with that concaveness over to the side, when he does shoot a right hand, guess what's going to happen? His head is going to go over there automatically. And you also see how Matthew Saad Muhammad, formerly Franklin, reacted to boom. See that head movement? You see that, and that's what we tend to forget as fighters. I think is that people will watch Matthew Saad Muhammad's head. He thought a right hand was coming with that. It wasn't, but so that's what you got to remember is that quick, snappy head movement like that. It acts as feints. Comes out with a jab off of that jab. Oh, beautiful jab again by Qawi. And then those shovel shots up the middle. And again, this is stuff that when I was boxing, beautiful short uppercuts, I honestly didn't see this stuff enough. I didn't see this stuff enough in terms of when I was watching film. So that's why I'm doing this because I want you to see this as you're watching this film so you can be better. Boom, boom. 3-2. Comes back with a jab again, a little too far out for those shots, but that's okay. Cleans it up again with the jab. You can make many mistakes as a fighter, but you can right many wrongs with a jab. You can right many wrongs with power too, but you can also more easily, more basically, right wrongs with a jab. So you're too far out for this and that, and you realize it, jab, because your guy is sitting there going, "Ha ha, you met, bam, you hit him." He's about to tell you that you missed him, but you're gonna let him know that you're gonna hit him. There he goes again with the jab, the straight shots, and moving the head, and ready with that right hand, like we were talking about. Bobbing, boom, comes out with that hook, catches him, and comes back with the jab again. Oh, and comes back with another jab again. Man, so good. See that again. Bobbing, 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 bobbing. And as he's bobbing, he's putting his head on different sides. Boom. Left hook, jab. Snaps his head with a jab. Snaps him again with a jab. Great stuff. Coming around. Coming around. Up the middle. Watch for that shot again. Up the middle. Boom. Those are stabbing shots, and you can really press someone's air out of them with that punch. One little tip on that punch is, snap it with the shoulder, whatnot, but also sometimes literally push it. If you can catch them on their breath, you can push the breath right out of them. There's that roll again. Yep, beautiful kind of pull out. Body, body. Yep, 3-2. Body, body, 3-2. Boom, boom. Comes back with that jab again. Beautiful sequences. Comes back with the jab again. Nice. And now if you'll see, the actual shot to put this guy down looked like a right hand from that replay. It wasn't. It was a jab. Let's watch the replay when it comes up because this round still has to finish out. And of course, Matthew Saad Muhammad very hurt here and just on the ropes and quite body. Beautiful stuff. Corner gets in there, stops the fight. Round 10. Now watch here. Jab, snapped his head. The right hand was academic. It didn't land. We'll watch that again from another angle. The jab, watch it jack his head. Bam! Just a beautiful jab, guys. Just a beautiful jab. He's ready to follow it up. like a good fighter should. Now here, look at that. Come around with those body shots like that. Come around with those body shots. Very, very good stuff here. How he comes around with those body shots. Comes back up top. Right hand. And Matthew Saad Muhammad is hurt. And that is the end of the fight. All right, so great stuff. Uh, Hopefully you got some value out of some of these tips of how to fight like a short fighter, courtesy of Dwight Muhammad Qawi. And I recommend you watch more of his fights. Now, the one thing that you need to watch out for with him is don't watch him when he fought George Foreman, when he bulked up to heavyweight. When he fought Evander Holyfield, he was a little bit too heavy and whatnot. Um, and then also too, he does have that thing where his legs are not with him as much as they could, meaning that he will stand there a little bit too long and kind of tempt a little bit too much punishment. Uh, as a fighter, it's better sometimes, like I was saying earlier, not to do, but to just step out, to disengage for a moment, whatnot, be a little bit more light on the feet. Okay, so that's just one thing. No fighter is perfect, but if you want to look at perfection of using that jab, that hard jab, following up the two with the jab, the inside fighting, using the rear hand defense, the shoulder roll, along with the head movement, stuff that as a shorter fighter will make your defense pretty dang good. At least it served me well. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. All right, guys. If you like this video, make sure you click like, subscribe, comment, and look out for the next one.